He's got glasses because he's smart.
That's definitely how that works.
Yeah.
You're living proof that it isn't.
But we're gonna be going to Greenland because we're from Greenland. Greetings, nerds. I'm Keiki.
And I'm Glitch.
And today we are back with the seventh day of Christmas. We're getting too close. Christmas is in like 5 days. It's not okay. Don't.
ASMR.
We're not doing that. Don't rub a paintbrush on the
ASMR.
microphone. Stop. Anyway. I will rip your arm off. Anyway. Today we were playing a game that we saw the Odd Ones Out play with. I think it was Draw with Jazza. Yeah, they did it a while ago, and because we're bad at coming up with ideas, we're stealing the game from them.
Christmas edition, though.
Christmas edition. So basically, the game is called True Ending, and when I first watched this, I was very confused, but I think I understand it now.
I understand.
Basically, one of us is going to come up with the beginning of a story, and the other one is going to come up with the ending, and then we're going to take turns drawing, like adding on to the drawing of the story to progress it. And the person who came up with the ending has to try to guide the story in the direction of their ending, which can be very challenging depending on what the beginning was. And then the person who did the beginning has to try and figure out what the ending is and then help the other person get it there. And we're doing it Christmas edition.
Yes.
Because festive. I have not... Who's gonna do the first part, then who's gonna do the ending?
I don't know.
I guess I can do the beginning, since I'm sitting here.
Give me the hard part. Okay.
I mean, I can do the ending if you want.
You
I don't
are
care.
sitting there.
I mean, we could just switch. It's not a big deal.
No, I've got it.
Oh God. Okay.
It's not gonna be good, but I've got it. Should probably write it down somewhere else. I'm gonna It's just gonna be deleted from my 4 minutes.
Okay, also, heads up, I am not used to drawing with a mouse because I have a touchscreen computer and I am very bad at drawing with a mouse. I will fight you. So I'm really bad at drawing with a mouse, so my drawings are probably gonna be pretty bad.
Mine are probably gonna be bad too, and I do draw with a mouse.
Cool, so we're on the same page here. How much effort are we gonna be putting into these?
However much you want.
Cool, I'm gonna opt for not that much. Alright, I'm just gonna start drawing then.
Did you tell them that you have to guess the ending? Yes. I can't, there's no undo button now. Because the recording's in the way. Let's do Control Z. Yes, that should go ads. This looks like not what I want it to. Never mind. Okay. Congratulations.
You have to explain this part of the story while you draw. You can't just draw a bunch of mountains and be like, there you go.
So, it's Antarctica, right?
Okay, good start.
The South Pole. I'm glad the line just gave up halfway through that. And there is an extremely lumpy penguin. Oh, God. Never mind. I just want to reach out and draw with my finger, and I can't. Okay,
it's not hard to use a mouse. Just do it.
You underestimate how shaky my hand is.
I have a really shaky hand too. That's okay. I thought you weren't gonna put a lot of effort into this.
Okay, this is he's really stubby and dumb looking.
That's okay.
Oh God, see, look how much worse that is. Hold on.
Are you using the stabilizer thing?
I don't know.
No, you're not. Click on that instead. No, the thing next to it. That. No, the thing next to it. Okay. Yes.
Alright, cool. Lord. And then we have to use this. Here we go, lads.
the stabilizer.
I really hate this.
Why?
I do. Okay, that's
Okay,
his eye.
sometimes it does that, like, randomly. Like, it's supposed to just, like, fill in a smoother version of the line you do, but sometimes it just, like, screws it up for no reason.
It'd be that way sometimes, you know. But here we go. It's got really thin feet.
Just describe the story
So, there's a penguin.
while you drawing.
And he lives in Antarctica where penguins do.
Yes.
But he really likes Christmas. So he wants to go to the North Pole. He's floating. He wants to go to the North Pole so that he can live near Santa and experience true Christmas, because most penguins in Antarctica don't celebrate Christmas.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Cool.
There we go.
Don't undo things.
I was fixing my mistakes. Alright, now Glitch, it's your turn.
Okay. So, this penguin was gonna go to the North Pole,
Yeah.
but with him, he was going to take his really annoying friend.
Oval. Oh, we're going for like this level of effort.
You got a problem.
Yes. I can't believe we both chose penguins as some part of our... Oh Lord.
I didn't.
Oh.
But I can make it work.
Okay, cool. Wow. What an iconic man.
He's like a blue penguin for no reason.
He's different.
I need to use this.
There he is.
So, these two decided to go to the North Pole together, even though that's objectively a really bad idea.
We really should have drawn these on different layers.
Because it's too late. Because this dude is an idiot.
Cool.
Anyway, that's my contribution.
Oh god. Okay, cool. So they're thinking, how are they gonna get to the North Pole from here? Because the thing about the North Pole is it's very far away.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Just gonna remove the background from you penguin's torso real fast while I come up with a thing. So they were like, well, we could fly there, except we're flightless birds and we're broke and can't go on an airplane. So I guess we're gonna have to swim. And the thing about this penguin is that he's a moron, right? So he's not that great at swimming overall, you know? There's chunks missing from him now. Because he's dumb.
Wow.
Anyway. So they were like, we're gonna have to swim, which is not good for this dude. So basically, we really should have drawn the penguins on different layers. What?
Just take one of those selecting tools. Not that one. No, that one was fine. Okay, I meant the wand one. No, not the wand one is what I meant. When I said not that one, I meant not the wand one.
Okay.
So just kind of like cut them out and then...
Yeah,
No, okay, don't do that.
that's what I was going to do before you interrupted me.
And then you did it wrong.
Oh my god, I hate this. They're just gonna have a little bit of Antarctica coming with them.
It's a little piece of home. So then go up to edit.
I know how to do it.
Cut.
Cut.
Yes.
Cut.
And then paste. And you don't need to paste. You don't. Okay.
Pasting
It just
on
spawns a
different
new layer. It doesn't paste it on the layer you were on.
Oh, right, I forgot. Oh, yeah. We are pro artists. Ha ye. So, they decide that they're gonna swim. So now they're in the white void of death. No, now they're in the ocean.
What is that?
This is an iceberg.
Okay.
Is it a good one? Not at all. But it's there. So they decide to swim out a little bit to an iceberg that's in the middle of the ocean. And they need to stop because the stupid one is having a lot of difficulty and essentially he's like dying. and then our main boy over here is like, oh no, my only friend.
Lloyd.
And that's my conscience.
Okay. So, instead of like prematurely mourning his friend's death, this penguin. Okay, listen.
Pen 1.
Shut up. And then he just pulls his friend out of the water.
Wow.
Like a normal person.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So anyway, so now they're stranded here, but luckily, that's okay.
Luckily, the iceberg pulls itself out from underneath them, and now they're in the water.
No. Luckily, this is just the camera panning. It's okay.
Wow, cinematic.
Luckily, a boat is going by. There's not enough space. Why did you make this a square cannon?
I just clicked a new make your boat smaller.
Why?
Oh my god.
The boat has to be as big as the penguins. It's like a boat for people, just a boat. A boat comes by. It's a big boat. And this bush is not gonna look right.
I can't even tell what that is. Just make it a small boat, it's okay.
A boat that's bigger than this comes by.
Cool.
And they get on the boat.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Oh, that's too pale. That was a little lifesaver. I forgot what they were called.
There's a candy named after them, but okay.
Yeah.
What a great lifesaver.
There's the window. The tiny window. And it's a window.
If someone, clicks through this video, they're not gonna have any idea what this is.
Good. So they're on the boat now. See, and then he's like the cabin on the boat thing. More windows.
Because we need more of those.
So now they're on a boat.
Mm-hmm.
With a railing, because that's what boats have. So, yeah, they're on a boat on their way to the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Or on they're leaving Antarctica on a boat.
Right. Well, okay, so they were saved by these kind biologists. Biology.
Do you ever wonder if people think that we actually, think that's how things are said?
Hopefully not.
When
We're not
we,
that dumb.
Horribly mispronounce things.
Here's a biologist.
He's part of the background.
He's not.
He is.
He's got glasses because he's smart.
That's definitely how that works.
Yeah.
You're living proof that it isn't.
It's supposed to be Christmas, don't roast me. He is like, what were these penguins doing out in the middle of nowhere? See, he's shocked.
His disembodied head is shocked.
I can't believe. Okay. Can't do this. So he's like, what were you guys doing out there? He's really short, I guess.
That's okay.
Arm.
It's good arms.
Yeah. He's like, what? What's happening? I don't know what his legs are doing.
Power stance.
He's a biologist, so he has a power stance. He looks like he's like trying to kill the penguin. Never mind. He's just gonna be coming out from the side. Like
That's much
with
better.
a long neck. he's got a really long neck. And he's got...
Your penguin is so cute.
Thanks, he's the only good thing I've created.
Ever.
Yeah, so he's holding the clipboard or whatever. So he's like, what are you guys doing out there? And penguin number 1 was like...
Sa. You can just say what he says. You don't have to write it.
Santa. So penguin number 1 is like, we gotta go to the North Pole and find Santa to live our truth. And then the dumb penguin's just like,
Yo.
Yote. Ute is actually a more appropriate. He's saying Ute. But obviously, because he's a human and these guys are penguins, they can't communicate that properly, so the biologist still doesn't have any idea why they were there. So he's just like, hey, penguins, we're gonna be going every location that I know of is gone. And so he's like, hey, okay, well, we got these penguins here. They don't want to leave. They're not trying to leave. And they're trying to communicate with me, but they're penguins, so I don't know what they're saying. But we're going to be going to Greenland because we're from Greenland. And we just finished our exposition to Antarctica. So now we're heading back home. And then penguins don't know where the heck Greenland is. So they're confused. That's my contribution.
Cool.
You're
Out
welcome.
of the chair.
You get out of the chair.
Get out of the chair.
You get out of the chair.
I already was out of the chair.
Ah! Knock my water over.
You're gonna spill it on my... Oh. It's okay, it's made of cloth. It doesn't matter.
There's no water.
You made that text part of the layer, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
So, they're on their way to Greenland. You know what? They're on their way to Greenland.
That Greenland.
I know what Greenland looks like.
Looks more like a ruptured bladder, but okay.
This is their boat.
It's much bigger than originally portrayed.
It's not.
It is, in fact, half the size of Greenland.
No, this isn't to scale. This is just a map. It's not to scale.
Cool.
So they're on their way to Greenland.
Have you ever seen artistry as great as this entire video?
So they're going to Greenland.
Cool.
And our penguin friends
Ute.
see this guy wandered off and has found himself in the boiler room
Ute.
of the ship. I know what a boiler room looks like.
Is that the boiler?
Yeah.
Nice.
I know what boilers look like. It's a very old-fashioned boiler. Do boilers have fire in them still?
No.
I don't
Do you
think-
mean like is this like an old-fashioned boat and they like shovel coal in and
Yeah.
this is the coal place? Cool. I don't know what that's called. but
Not
that's
called
what
a
it is.
boiler.
I don't believe so.
I thought it was just an old-fashioned boiler.
Well, maybe, but I'm dumb, so I don't know. This is beautiful.
So he's in the boiler.
Yes.
Because he's nothing but intelligent.
Yeah.
And I drew this all on his layer. That's fine.
Did you?
Yeah. This is-
I can't believe!
it's okay. Wow, there's so many layers.
Because instead of getting rid of any of the old backgrounds, we just made them transparent.
I thought you wanted to keep them for some reason.
Nah, I was just doing it because it's the easy, I guess. I don't know.
Sweet. That's why I was doing it, because I thought you wanted them for some reason. Boiler room.
Yes.
He's in it, and he somehow manages to break it somehow, because he's dumb.
Uh-huh.
And now the whole place is on fire. Isn't this fire?
What is this ending that you're trying to go for?
I don't know. But
What do you mean you don't know?
I do know. I don't know why I'm doing this. But
Ute, he says.
so Ute, that's just his name now,
His name is Ute.
runs away.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not gonna eradicate him from existence. So.
Cool.
So they actually do manage to dock in Greenland before, where's the boat? Where's the boat? There's the boat. Before everything completely falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
But the scientists are kind of... They're confused. Okay, that's not good. And also... It's on the wrong layer. What is happening?
Bro.
There's like so many layers. And now they're also...
Missing bits from their head.
afraid because their whole boat is on fire.
Oh, well, that's logical.
So they're docked in Greenland and the boat's on fire. That's my contribution.
Cool! So the boat's on fire. And this scientist man is like, oh no, the boat's on fire, all of our research, we're gonna... We were in Antarctica for 8 years, and all that we have to show for it is on this boat, and it's all gonna die.
Lord, I didn't make it this awful.
You got the boat on fire!
Yeah, but I was just like 8 years of my life is now for now.
But don't worry, because Penguin won. If this guy's name's you, we need to come up with like a name for him. This guy's name is Patrick.
He looks like a Patrick.
So Patrick is like, never fear. Patrick's here. And he, where's the boat layer? Which layer has the boat? This is the boat layer. This is the boat layer. So, he goes to the water that's under the boat, and it's much higher now because the boat's kind of sinking a little bit because it's on fire. And Patrick dives into the water, and then just like, you know how like penguins have like those sacks?
No.
that they put food in?
No.
You know they have that.
I don't. No.
It's like
I don't.
they can like keep food there.
This is new information to me.
I'm pretty sure they do, but it's like so that they can like catch fish and then go back and then feed it to their children.
That makes sense, but this is new information.
So anyway, he fills that up with water because I'm sure they can do that, and then he comes back up, and then gotta find the boat later again. That's the other penguin. Okay. The scientist, he's not important anymore.
Wow, rude.
So, Patrick now has his, sack of water.
We left him.
Yes. And then he starts Hold on. And he starts spewing the water out of his mouth like a squirtle using water gun. And starts putting out the fire. And he's got he can do multiple at once. So he's just spewing water everywhere. Ute's just having a good time.
Why?
Ute's happy.
Okay.
There you go. That's my contribution. Patrick saves the day. Puts out the entire boat fire. Saves the scientists 8 years of research from Antarctica. But the boat's still sinking.
Well, it doesn't matter that the boat's still sinking. What layer is this fire on? It's on Ute's layer.
Why is it on Ute's layer?
No.
Why would you draw it on Ute's
I
layer?
didn't mean to. Anyway, so where'd you put the water?
On the boat layer.
Okay, cool. So what? so there's just seven over the thing there now. So
You said that.
because Patrick helped to save their 8 years of research. I know what I'm doing. The scientists agree to take them all the way to that's pink. Okay. Decide to take them all the way to the North Pole.
Wow.
Is
Is that his other arm?
I'm not gonna do that now.
Cool.
Let's give him some more.
He's got 2 eyebrows now.
Yeah. So now they've gone all the way to the North Pole.
On a new boat, presumably.
Yes, on a different boat here. It's a different boat.
This one doesn't have a cabin.
I will. Yes, this one doesn't. No, the cabin's there. It's just like smaller. It's a smaller boat.
Cool.
And
It's not half the size of Greenland this time.
no, and it has a purple lightsaber instead.
Wow, I definitely can't see the red anymore. Cool, new boat.
And with that new boat, they arrive safely this time at the North Pole.
Wow.
That's my beautiful background.
Thrilling.
It's still sinking halfway into the water. Don't mind that. It's just a smaller boat.
It's just a shorter boat.
Yeah.
It's not as tall. It's fine.
Are you alright?
Yeah, my leg just got caught up weirdly. Okay, so where's the boat layer? It's the boat layer. Cool. I'm deleting the boat layer. I'm tired of the boat. So now they're in the void. Now, they have found themselves in the North Pole. And they're like, huzzah! So they start going and looking for Santa. This is the background. Isn't it great? So they're looking for Santa, they're walking around, and then suddenly they find it.
Worm! It looks kind of like those worms from Boy in the Blind Forest.
A little bit. Don't need that to happen to me right now. So, they find it. They find the North Pole. Get it? 'Cause it's a pole.
Don't steal a joke from the Santa Claus.
That is not that did not originate from the Santa Claus.
Good.
That has been a thing.
Good.
This is probably a really bad movie.
Yeah, we used to watch the Santa Claus every year, and then, like, in the past few years, was it last year or was it the year before?
It was the year before.
We just kind of stopped watching it every year, and just didn't watch it, and then just kind of had this unspoken agreement that we aren't gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And we're pretty sure it's actually awful, but...
Yes. So Patrick's like, yo, it's the North Pole. And now he's happy.
Oh!
For his lifelong dream has been fulfilled. But now he's like, we found the North Pole, but where's Santa? So, they decide that a good thing to do would be to, like, poke the pole and see if that does anything in case it is, like, the Santa Claus and the North Pole's just underneath the pole, you know? Because these two penguins are really educated on the lore of the Santa Claus.
Cool.
And much to their surprise...
It's the only thing you really knows about.
Yeah, it's the only thing you can be trusted on is the lore of the Santa Claus, starring... Is it Tim Allen?
It's either Tim Allen or Adams.
It's not Adam Sandler. So,
it's Tim Allen,
yeah. So they poke the thing, and then suddenly it rockets into the air. That's it, rocketing into the air.
Cool.
It's good. So
taking some of the ground with it.
Yeah. So, but then attached to the pole, there is, in fact, coming out of the hole. Hold on. There we go. Beautiful. There is, in fact, that's not a good choice. A weird narwhal worm creature.
Is that actually where you're going with this?
Yes. Attached to the pole at the North Pole. And he's also striped like a candy cane. Because he's the Christmas worm narwhal of the North Pole.
Okay. This is an
Actually,
interesting take on the Santa Claus myth.
Actually, he's just wearing a scarf because he's cozy.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my contribution. I hope you enjoy. He looks more like a chicken nugget.
Cool. So, because Patrick is a pure soul, they befriend the weird narwhal.
Whatever direction you wanted to take.
No, it's okay. I can still take it that way.
Oh! Chicken nugget narwhal is not detrimental to Glitch's plan for this holiday tale, which will be told every night
Forever.
by everyone. We gotta, like, speed it up.
Well, you know.
So, this
is another friendly boy to add to their little
entourage.
Yeah.
He's a chicken nugget, I guess.
No, he's
Oh my god, he's an actual narwhal.
yeah, I'm making him an actual narwhal.
Oh, I love him.
His pole's like more. It's less horn. It's literally just like a.
Yeah, it's literally like a barbershop pole.
It's much smaller than it looked like it was before.
That's fine. Oh my god, I love him. Oh my god.
So this is
Oh my
their
god.
new friend.
Wait, he needs his scarf.
Oh right. There you go.
He's beautiful.
So,
My son.
their new friend shows them the way
Uh-huh.
to Lord to Santa.
Uh-huh.
So he comes on the quest to go find Santa, which is easy because the narwhal knows where Santa is.
Right.
So they're what is happening? Okay.
You're doing a good job.
So they're at Santa's workshop now.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know where the narwhal doesn't know where Santa is inside the workshop. He just knows where the workshop is.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
is tinsel. Or garland or whatever.
Obviously.
That's what it is. Anyway, and then there's a Christmas tree in the corner. Yeah, cool.
Beautiful. Cool.
However, the issue here is that our narwhal friend was the guard of the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Because it definitely needs a guard.
Yours looks so much better than mine. Can we have a side-by-side comparison real fast? That's not the right one.
Might have gotten rid of it.
No.
No. Hold on. This is very difficult.
You know what? Never mind.
No, wait.
Like, I... Let's move.
Anyway.
Comment down below which ones suck less.
Anyway. So, now the North Pole, where is you, actually? I need you, monstrosity, there. I'm not gonna delete him because I love him, but I am going to. Okay, he's losing a chunk of his back, that's okay. Just gonna move him.
Cool.
Oh,
Then there's the cheek squiggles from Patrick,
yeah,
which
you
are
lost.
just floating there now. Cool.
Anyway, so now the North Pole is left unguarded.
Mhm.
Please help me actually, get to the end. That's just the hole that the narwhal left.
I don't. How am I supposed to help you get to the end? I don't know what direction you're
Just don't
taking
add
this.
weird narwhals. Do something that makes sense.
Cool. Alright. So anyway, the North Pole has been left undefended, which leaves room for the scientists from before.
Oh no.
Who actually are evil.
Okay, good. We're going in the right direction.
He's got a weird stance. But that's just what evil people look like. So he's
It's very rude to anyone who has a weird power stance.
There he is.
What are his glasses?
Of course. There he is. scientist. He's got to have his evil clipboard.
Oh yeah, everybody.
They have been studying the Antarctica for 8 years. I'm gonna give him snow boots.
Lloyd.
Because they work for a company that probably belongs to Donald Trump or something, and they're bent on destroying the environment. And they're trying to figure out the best way to melt the ice caps. The most effective way to do that. And their 8 years of research have concluded that it's just a bunch of space heaters. So they're here now at the North Pole with a bunch of space heaters. And they're gonna melt the North Pole with the space heaters. And that's their evil plan. Hold on. So here he is with his boots and his power stance and his 3 space heaters. Pretend he has more. There we go. My contribution to the story.
It's okay. I can work with this. This is gonna be a long video.
It's fine. It's only 2:30. We have time.
It's okay. So, now this guy's here. And I'm just Lord, okay.
There's one scientist bent on destroying the polar ice caps.
So, now back in...
They smother him to death, saving Christmas.
Back in Santa's workshop. The floor is green now.
Acceptable.
They're in a different room. They're walking through a random hallway. It's a wall.
Wow.
And this happens to be a hallway where they have, like... They happen to be walking past the room where they have, like, the security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff. So, this is all on the wall here. So...
Can you stop?
So...
It's a slightly better wall.
On the security camera screen, it's really big.
I love how you used the straight line tool and then just
Oh.
stopped.
Hold on, where's you evil scientist layer? Cool. It's okay, hold on. They see... The scientist with his 3 space heaters, which is only efficient.
He's beautiful.
There he is on the security camera.
That worked out surprisingly better than I thought it would.
There he is. So they see that. And they go out to go stop him.
I think I have some idea of where this can be going.
So, why? Why? Ah!
Oh, you know.
Anyway, so Utes is gonna be over there.
Utes flying.
Ute has discovered flight. Anyway, so they go out to confront the scientists, but they actually don't know what they're doing. So they don't know what to do. They just kind of like stamp. But luckily, Ute, who has no idea what's going on, despite having no idea what's going on, is really good at setting things on fire.
I'm sure that'll help not melt the polar ice caps.
Listen, 3 space heaters ain't gonna do it either.
How dare you insult his master plan?
So, despite this actually probably being more effective than the space heaters would be, which is to say it's still not at all effective. The snow will just put it out eventually. The scientist is like,
He's crying.
accidentally drew those all on you.
No. Not you.
You go back. Okay. So,
Can't believe.
I'm gonna try to do this on the right layer. Alright. So, fire. So, despite this being probably better than his original plan, the scientist is like,
He dies instantly.
no. Is like, oh no, you foiled my master plan.
And Ute's just standing there, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
So the scientist, he just gives up and leaves. He's not very dedicated to this project, despite spending 8 years in Antarctica. There you go.
Perfect.
So they go back to Santa's workshop because
The crisis completely averted.
Yes. Except... Except Ute, who is a fool,
Oh no.
has taken one of the flaming space heaters into Santa's workshop. Because as we have established, he is a fool.
Why do I relate to Ute? Oh god, that was loud. Can we hurry this up? We have to pee.
Yeah, okay. So, it's your turn.
Oh god. So, he's got the flaming space heater, right? And then Narwhal and Patrick are like, Dear God, why? Why are you doing this? Why would you do this, Ute? And he's like, I don't know.
Ute.
Ute. So, they're like, oh God, oh no. And then an elf shows up. I'm gonna make him green. And is just like, where the heck did you people come from? Why is there a flaming space heater? Oh no, here's the elf.
No, he's a chubby boy.
Yes. He's like, why would you do this? Oh no. This is so sad. He's like,
He looks angry.
yeah? Hold on. He's like, he's got some crazy eyes, but that's okay. He's like, that's worse. Remove that. So he's like, oh dear God. The whole workshop's going to be set on fire. And it is. It's spreading. It's spreading to the floor. And just Ute's general vicinity. But he is probably some sort of like chaotic neutral deity, so he doesn't care. So the elf, seeing this conundrum, goes, that's not what I meant to do. He goes, He loses a chunk of his leg in the process. But he goes,
Upside
just
down.
like that, yeah. And he runs away. And then... he hits a fire alarm that's off screen. So then the Fire Elf Brigade can show up. Maybe, or someone else can. I'm done with that's my contribution. It's open to interpretation.
All of these technically are.
You can also just kind of like give up anytime you want to not have to edit an over 55-minute video. Fine, I give up. That was my last contribution.
Okay, so... here, I'll just... So, the Elf Brigade, Fire Brigade doesn't show up and the whole place keeps catching on fire. Why
Nice.
isn't this working?
Oh, you know. I think it's because you have the elf selected still.
I don't, though. Okay.
Well, it's fixed now, so...
So, and all the plans for Christmas are set back quite a bit because everything's on fire.
Cool. Happy holidays.
And that's all I can think of.
Was that you ending?
My ending was, and that's the story of the Christmas disaster of 1995. Because they're way too specific. But it's what came into my brain, and that's where I was trying to go this whole time.
Cool. And that's the story of the Christmas disaster of 1995. 2 penguins, one named Patrick, one named Ute, come up from Antarctica, meet a scientist, almost die in Greenland, end up in the North Pole, meet a weird narwhal creature that is the North Pole and is the guardian of it. They go to find Santa. The scientists come back because he's evil and has 3 space heaters. They stop the scientist by catching his space heaters on fire, and then Ute brings the space heater back to Santa's workshop, and it burns down. And that's the story of the Christmas disaster of what did you say it was? 1995. Patrick and Ute and Narwhal are still a very happy triad of close friends. And now they live in the North Pole. Santa has them blacklisted from entering his workshop, but they're just fine with that. Anyway, we hope you enjoyed True Ending Christmas Edition. If you did and you want to make sure that you see other uploads, you can hit the notification bell, follow us on Twitter, or join our Discord because we put out notifications every time we upload. We also have an Instagram if you want to follow that, and they're all down in the description below, along with the Redbumble, so you can get some merch if you want some of that. Protect Patrick. Avoid Ute. Join the Nerd Hood. It's a dysfunctional place, and that's pretty much it. Goodbye.